Ja, jetzt. Come on. Jawohl. Na, was wird denn nun? Ja? Ich bin doch nur live. Wo zeigt sie mich jetzt an? Meine Güte, ey. Was ist denn jetzt so kompliziert hier? Ja, moin. Haben wir es endlich mal geschafft. Jawohl. So. Puh. So. Bla 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 bla. Hier. Blattlast. Äh, 10 Angriff und 5 Element. Hm. Ja.
Und geht man vielleicht Boden. Ivan, geht es morgen um Boden? Sagen wir mal, pass mal auf. Der Friedrich Doris hat mir 2 Päckchen Kaffee geschenkt, eine Praline und auch noch Fleisch. He? Ich sagte,
Ja,
können Sie mal mit zum Mittagessen?
War die nicht erst vor einer Woche?
Nee, die war nicht vor einer Woche.
Aber vor 2 Wochen war sie da.
So, ist mal auf, ich will dich nur was fragen.
Ja.
Sollte ich sagen, die sollen morgen Mittag kommen oder einen Sonnabend? Nur mittags und dann heimfahren.
Ja, wegen mir braucht sie nicht extra kommen.
Also, so also morgen.
Ne, ja, ne. Was soll ich denn mit der?
Hm.
Mhm. Plus, was war's? 65. Wird 65. Minus 30 mal 0,3 plus 65 mal 0,7 ist 36,5%. Affinität ist jetzt nicht so die Welt, ne? Ist jetzt nicht wirklich die Welt. Do you speak mostly German? I try to speak in the live streams German, depending on the viewers. So when there are a lot of viewers in the stream, like when there are about 4 or 5 viewers or even more, I want to speak English, and if the amount of viewers is below 4, I'm going to speak German because it's easier when I do all the calculating stuff. And the next thing is that also the most other users simultaneously watching me on the spreadsheet when I'm editing the stuff. So yes, but if anyone has any wishes that I'm gonna using the English language, just tell in the comments and I'm switching the language. Because currently it's just for me comfy to just speak German. Speak German, okay. So, No, it's not. It's not the reason. But it's just more comfy for me, especially if you maybe know my previous streams. All my moth streams take about 3 hours or 2 or up to 3 hours, because also the dinner time and other stuff is included. And yes, especially if you having longer streams, especially the moth streams, which take several hours with all the time, it's a little bit more comfy to just speak German. But I'm gonna add the multipliers from the elemental boost. Maybe it doesn't care because it doesn't make a difference, and it just makes the more too complicated. Or we can also include it, so we can say rest buff, other BL buff. Yeah, we can say the average. Average BL buff is 10 attack and 5 element, so it is like I think I can exclude it. Yes, it is. I think I should exclude it. Okay. Is the chaotic or Magala armor set worth it or nah? I'm currently just wanna wait until this webpage, the Monster Under the Sunbreak skill table by Community and MHR got updated, and then I check out what the exact multipliers are. Alright, so you're going to summarize this more later when you're done? Yes. So this is just the approximately calculation. Yes. It's not 100% correct because I'm gonna exclude a little bit of stuff. Because the thing is, Kookaburra currently didn't has added multiplier. Yes, that's the reason why that's the case. So otherwise I have to change all the... I also didn't check all the other skills and all the other stuff. I just killed the Gormagala and I just want to compare the weapons. So my current progress is I just killed the chaotic Gormagala and then I want to see what happens. Okay, so that's all the buff stuff. And I want to check out. I want to add now a multiplier to Bloodlust. Level 1. Okay, this attack an element. So I think I should add a multiplier. Roughly again. A multiplier roughly again. So for Bloodlust, gain the additional 20% affinity. Where I can type in that Bloodlust what status trigger condition is no Dragonblight. Where is the condition that I am healed from the frenzy? Yeah, frenzy recovery is active. Currently it's a little bit clumsy, but I have another idea. I have a better idea. Okay. Let's give me a second. I just made it for a second too much complicated. Orun Seer, thanks for joining the stream. Okay. Now the thing is, there are only a few monsters with the dragon weakness, and I'm gonna use different hit zones for the comparisons. Yeah, okay, this is also included. Okay, let's start with the Calamicious X. Let's give me a second. Firefox again. Now I'm gonna add the table here. That was the wrong table. It was yes, okay. Now things should be correct. We are gonna starting with the Calamicious X and then check out how the damage is. Yes, just type in here hit zone. Genau, hit zone. And then we can make a comparison. So in the middle I'm gonna type in hit zone, and then if the stats if I recovered or if I not recovered from the virus. So let's say hit zone is average hit zone. So let's say it is a 60, very common hit zone value, it is a 60. Sixty 25 60-25 hit zone, and I'm gonna use the Calamicious X with the Elembane tool, exploit, purple sharpness. The raw is 330. The element is dragon, which is 80. Then the affinity is a thing. Yes, we include that. We include the Bloodlust skill level 1. No, not. We don't do this. We're just yes, Bloodlust level 1, and then just recovery, frenzy recovery. So we gain that 20% additional. We have an elemental file. We have yes, rapid move 3, I forgot. Obviously. And yes, attack boost 7, dragon attack 5, critical boost 3. Element exploit. Oh, I forgot about element exploit. Should also be used. So we now have 403 true raw with 115 element. Burst free, yes. So, Onops, hi, thanks for joining the chat. And we're gonna make it in this case. We're just gonna write in here no virus. Sorry, that's wrong. No virus. Quatsch, virus. Healed. Quatsch, recovery. Virus recovery. Yes. I have another idea, but how am I gonna do this? Virus recovery. I can just type in the mix value below this and then just mix it here. Yes, and then just here mix it. Average, yes. So I'm gonna continue. So yes, the skills. Let's go and double check the skills. EBC is toggled on. Elemental file, 330 raw with 80 element. The slottage. Critical eye is compensation. So we have two level 2 slots, so we are using critical eye level 2. Okay, next thing is, yes, frenzy recovery is active. Then we have attack boost 7 with weakness exploit. We forgot the weakness exploit. Weakness exploit 3, critical boost 3, burst 3, elemental attack 5. Elemental exploit 1, bloodlust 1, and that other stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with the recovery stuff. So we have the 20% additional crit. So we're ending up having 400, yes. 403 to raw and 115 element. So if we are recovered, we have I'm gonna change that. Let's give me a second. Yes, that's good. So the mixed DPS is yes, element exploit is correct. Yes, so the mixed DPS is 343.3. Sorry, I used the wrong hit zones. It is 2560 all the time, 2560. So we're using very juicy hit zones. So yeah, the DPS is 411.9. And now the other thing is, we forgot, if you have the virus about 30%, and we have the recovery 70%. Yes, Bloodlust was active. Bloodlust level 1, yes, but it wasn't active. So we get that 20% affinity, which now gives us 411.9 DPS. And if we have the virus, we're chaotic gore. The thing is, I just used critical eye in this calculation. Compensate. Yeah, I'm using compensation skills. Yes, obviously, the thing is, critical eye never was used at all at the Switch X builds. So critical eye was never science. Monster Hunter Rise in general, never a thing for Switch X. And I also never use in my builds critical eye, just for the as compensation skill if the weapon have different amount of slots. Yes. So that's what the multipliers for area. Grounded, so that's about 3000 damage for aerial playstyle. Pretty cool. C1 plus C2 divided into 7 plus C21. Okay, 7 seconds. That seems 411.9 DPS. And if the yes, we also have the hold charm and other stuff toggled on. Please tell me if I forgot to untoggle a skill or something similar. So now we're calculating with the virus. If we are infected, which is about 30% of the time, we have active. So we didn't use coalescence because it makes the calculation way too complicated. So Bloodlust, let's say Bloodlust is active, and the frenzy recovery is inactive. So we have 0%, and instead one of the Bloodlust. So the Bloodlust is triggered, and it means we have 414.6 DPS. Oh, that's quite interesting. I gotta try. Bloodlust is active. Okay, the frenzy recover. I am currently messing up with the calculator. So currently it's 414.6. 401. Frenzy recovery 411. And then yes, that's correct, 411 with your 20% affinity. But I currently didn't get why, if we are infected with the virus, we have more DPS. So that's a little bit stupid. But okay. currently didn't really get it, but it seems if we are okay, so it seems it was correct. 20%, and that's it. 411.9. Because it was for the recovery, and if we are recovered, we didn't gain the additional. I'm currently a little bit stupid. Bloodlust, where was Bloodlust? With virus, okay. So I'm currently a little bit stupid, but if you so it means if you're recovered, you have additional. The attack and the element buff stays all the time active. Okay, that makes sense. So Bloodlust is active all the time, and yes, we also got the frenzy recovery. So we are having 425.5 DPS. I think I should go check something. I'm currently a little bit stupid, so does the buff you get from the Bloodlust skill, the attack and the element buff, stay active all the time? Currently never checked it, but let's gonna do it. Just wanna check something in the training area. Hope the startup works, because I have a lot of mods installed in this game and not every mod is updated. What happened? I think the screen freezed. No. Compiling shaders, dang, that took a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna wait until the shaders are ready, and then do you think the new chaotic or red health stuff is going to be meta? Currently I didn't exactly check the multipliers and all the buff you gain, but I think it's a really good thing. I didn't remember how this name was, but you gain a 20% elemental damage buff, and that is completely insane. So I knew the description said you gain a 20% attack buff, but the translation is wrong. It doesn't mean 20% attack buff, it means 20% elemental attack. So maybe they later update the description. Ja. Okay. So I'm gonna be AFK in about 4 minutes, about for 20 minutes, because then I have dinner time. Okay, mods are loaded, let's go. Bloodlust, yes. While infected, attack and evasion increase and stamina uses reduce on recovery. Red Widow is restored, affinity action increase. Okay, so currently we have 76 dragon. If you go to the gathering hub, we have 71. Yes, we have 71. One second. Training area. 71. 71, 71, 71. 76, okay. So it means it is all the time active. $91. 76, yes, that's correct. Okay. We have got essence. Huh? Yes. Okay, 75. So this means I have to remove the core essence. Core essence 3, how the heck? Um, so, let's go. Einundsiebzig, no. Ähm, 71 habe ich jetzt noch. So 71 habe ich. Gathering Hub. Also das heißt quasi, wenn ich den Buff, wenn der Buff rot ist, ja. Ähm, 76 bin noch nicht fertig. Nee. 75, okay, also der Buff ist nicht mehr aktiv. Okay. So, virus is not active. 414.6, but we gain the other additional buffs, the elemental buffs and other stuff. Okay. So now let's pick a hit zone of Wrath's Head. Let's go for Rathalos. Rathian, it is 70. For 70, 40. 70. Okay. So for Rathian, it is 70, 30. For the wing, for the legs, for the wings, it is 45, 25. And for the legs it is 40-15. Then we have the Rathalos, where it's about 65-30. The wings is 50-25. And the legs are 35-15. So now Chaotic Gormagala. Chaotic Gormagala Sunbreak hit zones. Let's check the hit zones from the sky. Head is 70-20. And I would say the both wing arms. Yes, the both wing arms. Which is 27-20. And the element is 10 and 30, so it's very complicated. 27-10 for the left, it is 27-10. And for the right, it is 20 and 30. Okay. Let's gonna wrap that in here. Ja.
Hast du gehört, um was zeigen oder
kannst du machen.
Wie findest du die Karten hier?
Weil hast du wohl mal gemacht mit jemand oder was?
Ja, bei der Bruckmann hat mich doch mal eingeladen, da habe ich es gemacht. Wie findest du das? Guck mal.
Ja, ist eigentlich sehr schön gemacht.
Findest du schön?
Mhm.
Guck mal, und das, also ich schreibe keine Adresse rein und auch keinen Namen.
Das würde ich ja nicht machen.
Bloß mein Vorname, bei euch täte ich nicht mal einen Vornamen schreiben, weil der auffällig ist.
Ja, da wissen Sie ja gleich, wer
gemeint ist. Das reicht da, hier viele Grüße, viele liebe Grüße reicht da und ermuntern, wie euch noch zu gucken.
Ja.
So, also bei Bruckmann, die schreiben ja richtig Adresse, die volle Adresse, volle Telefonnummer. Und da habe ich mir die Glitte überredet, das macht in Mecklenburg niemand. Niemand schreibt seine Adresse und niemand die Telefonnummer. Nee. Einfach ermuntern, auf JW.org zu gucken. Hä? Oder in Königreich soll der Zeugen Jehovas in der Umgebung aufzusuchen. Das könnte man vielleicht auch noch schreiben. Und dann einfach ein freundlicher Gruß, hä? Und hier kein Name und auch keine Telefonnummer. Ich habe zwar hier einfach meinen Vornamen, aber wer nicht, guck mal.
Ach so, ja.
Cornelia kann jeder heißen. Weißt du, das ist ja nicht wie Julio und Domingo, die ich nicht machen. Guck mal, so habe ich es geschrieben. Guck mal.
Ja, ist auf jeden Fall, kann man so machen.
Gut, so. Die findest du gut. Sagen wir mal, willst du die Zeit, kannst du dir auch schreiben in der Art, hä? Mal, hier, das ist nur eine Karte. Du kannst dir schreiben, ein freundlicher Gruß, hä? Hier, guck mal. Und das ist nur eine Karte. Und das ist hier, kannst du hier schreiben, ein freundlicher Gruß hier drauf und hier ein kleinen Text. Willst du die haben?
Ja, nee, jetzt brauche ich es eigentlich erstmal nicht.
Brauchst du nicht, gut.
Ja, weil ich gehe doch mit Julio ins Gebiet, von daher würde ich jetzt, also jetzt erst einmal nicht. No. Yeah, correct. That is sächsischer Dialekt. We now calculate for the other hit zones, and then let's go and check them off. All the stuff was made with the boom. Rampage slot, LM-Bane. File Switcher und PSP. Okay. Time for them off. Yeah, that now should be correct. We didn't have the frenzy recovery, but yes, the buff is on, blah 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 blah. So let's go. Without bloodlust we have 401 DPS, but okay. And now we come to the interesting part. We're gonna put in the hit zone values for Rathian, which is about 30, 70. 2045 and 1540. Yeah, okay, that's correct. So, with the recovery, but not bloodlust, which is inactive, we have 380. And now with the virus, we didn't have the recovery, but this one thing here is toggled on. We have 382.7. Okay. Now to Rathalos. Rathalos has also has a 3065 with middle is 4520, which is also correct, and for yes 2050 3065 2550, that's pretty much high. Okay, 3065 2550 and 1535 should be. If we are recovered from the frenzy virus, we have 383.9, and if we currently infected, we have 387.1. Now for the chaotic or Magala. The hit zones are the following: 2070. Then we have 1027. And 3020. In this case we have 325.6 dBs, and if we didn't have the frenzy recovery with the bloodlust active, we have 327.6 dBs. Okay, let's go. Yes, for the other Go Magala weapon it's a little bit more complicated. Let's go. So this is Go Magala, so it can still stay the same. We just change the stats, which should be 340 raw with 56 element. a power file, a switcher tool, and the affinity is the following. We are recovered, so in general it is 15 or 45, correct? Yes, so we recovered, we have 45%, and the rest is still the same. Oh, Spiderphil, thanks a lot, I waited for you. I remember most times you were one of the first visitors of my stream. Jetzt now file switch bool. Okay, 45% affinity because we have the frenzy recovery overcame, and so now I got the stuff. If we have the recovery, we have a DPS of 328.5, and if we are infected with the virus, we didn't have the 20% bonus. We instead get the bloodlust bonus, and our affinity is minus 30%, so we have a DPS of 299.9. Okay, now to Rathalos. Rathalos hit zones are 30 and 65. Then it is 25 and 50. And it is 15 and 35. Now we're gonna change back our affinity to 45%. We have the recovery, and this skill is toggled off. So we have a DPS of 369.2. So at this case, I have to say that other Switch X is still a lot better, but we will see how they would perform. Yes. Profile is toggled on, so we are not wrong. We now see what happens if we have the virus. Our affinity gets decreased to minus 30%. We didn't have the frenzy recovery bonus, and bloodlust got active. So we have a DPS of 338.6. Let's go. Now to Raytheon, change back the hit zone values, which are 30, 70, 20, 45, let's go, and 40, 15, sorry, 20, 45, and 15, and 40, let's go. So we are healed from the virus, we got the frenzy recovery bonus, and this skill is inactive. So we have a DPS, which is very competitive now, which is 375.7, and now we have the minus 30% affinity with yes, minus 30%, it's correct. And now we are changed back to multipliers. We didn't have difference recovery, and we also included the bloodlust buff. So we now have a DPS of 342.8. So currently the left hand Switch X is still a lot better. And yes, it seems it isn't as competitive as I thought. Change back general hit zone values to a 2560 hit zone. So let's gonna give our buff back, 45% affinity buff, with the frenzy recovery bonus, and bloodlust isn't active, so we have a DPS of 398.6. If you have the anti-species, it still can't compete. Fire switch boost, let's go. And now if we have the virus, that means we have minus 30% affinity. We didn't have the frenzy recovery bonus, and instead we have the bloodlust bonus. It is 364.4. I currently just recognize I still use the critical eye. Wrong level of critical eye. So yes, okay, I think that's it. So you can see still about we didn't have to calculate the multipliers, because in my opinion that doesn't really make sense. It is just this times time 0.3 plus this times 0.7 . Gotcha. What? Why? 26, man. Wrong cell. Moron. Oh, okay. Okay, for chaotic Gormagala, it is pretty competitive. I just played the game for about 30 minutes to just kill the chaotic Gormagala and make the stream, and yes, that's it. So 424. Okay. We didn't have the buff, and we also didn't have the frenzy recovery, blah 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 blah. And we have just 414 wrong and 86 elements. It is just D20. Okay, thanks, man. Okay. Let's make the crit a little bit. The crits a little bit more colorful. Yeah, that's good. This is good. I currently just didn't get in touch with the new skills and all that stuff, but there was a new skill that gives you 20% additional element, and that definitely shakes up the elemental meta and makes elemental fireals a lot stronger than the power fireals. I didn't know what's the new name, but it was a name that gives you 20% additional elemental attack, that with the red health bar, or how it's called. So definitely for speedrunning. Okay, that's the results. So very obviously we can say that even if without a critical eye compensation, we can say that it is about, depending on the monsters, it is roughly about up to 22 plus 12. That's a lot of damage. We can say it's average about 40% DPS more. Sorry, 40 DPS more. Which is an average. 388 divided into 422 is the following stats. That was wrong. 388, let's go. This is without compensation because I was too stupid to recognize it. And I'm now going to use the compensation because I was too stupid. Compensation. Yes, we had elemental fire. Sorry, do they need the same amount of handicraft? How many levels does the Gore Magala weapons need to get purple sharpness? I'm a dumb ass. I didn't check the amount of handicraft levels. I have to change back to the game and check it, and then we can say what weapon is stronger. Yes. So I didn't surprised. I was very surprised that the Death Stench switch text is still the best by far. I'm gonna start the game again. So I drop a link to this webpage in the live stream, and so you can just check them off. Training essay, yes. Still update free. I think the main reason is you have to upgrade Fravel sources to the level 3 rampage slot. I think this is the main reason. So I didn't calculate it if you just use the anti-skill on both axes. I can also make a calculation with if you just using the anti-skill. The raw buffs where we have 8 augments, that means we get additional raw up to 20%. Okay, so we now new calculation. Just anti-decos. So we are currently just, so that is just kinda experimental, but let's say we just have anti-decos, anything else, okay? So things change a little bit. We change back for the, yes, we can stay here with the power file switch X. Our nature will, that means we got in the Calamicious X, nothing changes, but I just want to see how the damage difference is if we have the file switch, file switch boost with the Gormagala switch X with 45% crit. We are not healed of the frenzy recovery. Also, the bloodlust isn't triggered, and we instantly have the chance of getting. Yes, that is the main stat. That is 385 So let's give us 20 more raw, which is 360. We have a DPS of 403. And now the raw is 340. Element up to 64. 405. Okay. So for Powerfire, it is still better to just go for 20 additional element, which is insane. It's the best combination. And just using anti-decos, okay? So we first gonna calculate for the threat sources, which is 330 raw, with now 64 triggering element. The crit is 45%. We also got the additional frenzy recovery bonus with, yes, and so it is 405.2. Or let's sorry, that was the wrong nego. I said anti-aerial species, so we have 412.6, and we are now gonna doing the following stuff. We are change back our affinity to minus 30%, and we didn't have the frenzy recovery, and also the bloodlust bonus is active, so we have a DPS of 378.0. And now all the same stuff for the Calamicious X, which has an elemental file. The raw is 340, and the element is what's the element? 64 was correct. It's elemental fire with element of 80. Natural element is 80. That's just insane. And affinity is 0%. We didn't have to calculate for 20 situations. And we have different recovery, and let's top it off. So we have DPS of 406.3. And now for now the frenzy recovery got removed, and we have the bloodlust skill active. So it is 408.3. And now we're gonna do the same stuff for all the other things. That was quite easy. So 422 question. LM Bane versus PSP. It is 422,388. And then anti, just anti, just anti. More AUX. It is 1% difference. Okay, so very easy decision. After all the calculations I've made, we can now easily say that the Dragon stand, the Death Stench Switch X is still by far the best. Okay. Minus 5 up to 15, so yes, 65%. Am I correct? What the heck? I'm that's correct. 0 and 20%. Okay, yes, that's the compense, that's the difference. Maybe I later add some weapon images, and now I'm gonna preparing the how it's called, the breakdown video. And thanks for watching the stream. I'm gonna now prepare the breakdown video, which will take me about 5 minutes, and yes, then I'm gonna make the thumbnail, which takes me 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna upload the video. And yes, maybe feel free to check out the spreadsheet again. Thanks for watching, guys. See you today when I'm uploading the compilation.